Sixth, the caravan and camping handicap over 1,200 metres.
Race 6.
John Tapp is your caller.
Lovely sunny day in Sydney. Pretty breezy. Starters onto his stand. Gates open and they're off. Carolina Kid seemed to jump in the air at the start and left the gate very awkwardly. Royal Rhyme is away brilliantly and led over Newbury, and away quickly as Energizer. Savant Rouge settles down just off the pace, followed by I'm a Freak, Alman's Joy, Carolina Kid. Grecian Village getting a fair way back in the early stages, followed by Irish Moss and McCarney. The pace is very brisk as they come onto the course proper, and Royal Rhyme over racing, led by 2.5 to Newbury, 2 to Energizer. A half length away on the fence, Savant Rouge, followed by I'm a Freak, then Alman's Joy, Carolina Kid, Grecian Village a long way back, and the last couple are McCarney and Irish Moss as they race up to the turn. They've got 500 to go, and Royal Rhyme is a mile in front. Royal Rhyme led by 6 lengths on Newbury, flat to the boards. Energize in third place, the chestnut with the baldy face. I'm a Freak on the outside, on the fence, Savant Rouge. Royal Rhyme clear coming to the 200, but is taking fairy-like footsteps. Newbury has burst out of the pack on the inside of it. Savant Rouge as there is I'm a Freak. Energize, Alman's Joy, Carolina Kid. You've never seen a race like this. I don't know where to look. It's Savant Rouge and Alman's Joy and Newbury, and Alman's Joy right out in the middle of the track in the bright green colours might have just nosed out Savant Rouge and Newbury in an amazing finish. Carolina Kid close up with I'm a Freak, McCarney, Grecian Village, Energize, Royal Rhyme, and back at the tail of the field is Irish Moss.
Well, I just don't know how they manage to call those races when they come in like that in a straight line almost. And they still manage to get it right almost every time. 2 for 95 the score. Shane Lee is going pretty well. 57 off 61 balls.
Rosehill Gardens, race 6, number 10. Alman's Joy paid $15.20. That'll please a lot of punters, and $3.40 for the place. Savant Rouge, $1.80 for the place, and number 8, Newbury, $2.30. New South Wales dividends there, race 6 at Rosehill Gardens. Plenty more racing coming up on the 9 network. The racing show tomorrow at lunchtime.
Agency Supplies Cup of 1,900 metres. They're all starting here, a field of 9, and we're just waiting for Ripper and also Max Victory to move up and complete the line. Century Boy finished out of a place on this course last Saturday, and the tactics of his jockey Kevin Moses were the subject of a steward's inquiry. Today they're claiming an allowance for young Brad Prengelli on Century Boy, Ron Quinton's apprentice, and we had an announcement earlier that the boys' instructions are to lead, if at all possible, on Century Boy. Gates open, away they go. Nice even start, and Cutler and Century Boy are the best away. Ken Quest jumped smartly, and so did Lord Vader. Ripper wide out on the track is surging up towards the lead. Century Boy's in front in the early stages and leads nicely to the first turn over Ripper. Ken Quest in third place, Cutler on the outside of Lord Vader. Max Victory on the outside of Waikikamu Cow, and Active Grace on the outside of Wyvery. Into the back straight they run at the 1,500 mark. Century Boy led at a good gallop by a length to Ripper, a length and a half to Ken Quest. On the fence fourth, pulling a bit, Lord Vader. Cutler is obliged to race 3 deep as they go down the back of the course. At the head of the others then came Wyvery on the inside of Waikikamu Cow, and Max Victory in the green colours is out tracking 3 deep, and Active Grace last of all. 1,100 out as they go down the back. Century Boy's being fired up a bit by Ken Quest on his outside. Cutler third, 3 deep. Ripper on the outside of Lord Vader. Max Victory 3 deep on the outside of Waikikamu Cow and Wyvery. A length and a half, Active Grace, who's only 7 off the lead. Century Boy is in front at the 800 mark, but here comes Cutler, who's been parked out 3 deep from the outset, and the rider elected to kick up and go to the lead. The saddle is shifted on Cutler, so he's got little option but to let him stride. Cutler by a length on Century Boy. Ken Quest in third place. 2 lengths away Ripper, then Lord Vader. Max Victory's had a pretty hard run, followed by Waikikamu Cow, Active Grace and Wyvery as they near the turn. It's Cutler on the outside and Century Boy together as they turn for home. 3 deep as Ken Quest off the track in the green colours. Max Victory just behind those Lord Vader. Between horses Ripper as they straighten for the run home. Century Boy, Ken Quest are fighting it out. They're clear of Max Victory. Ripper in the yellow colours not getting a lot of room, and wider out is Active Grace getting home well. Here's a big race. It's Century Boy joined by Ken Quest. Max Victory won't give up. He's driving on the outside. Century Boy, Ken Quest and Max Victory Victory. Century Boy kicked and won. Century Boy pulled plenty out of the bag to beat Ken Quest or Max Victory. Close up is Ripper with Lord Vader from Waikikamu, Act of Grace, and then Wyvery, and Cutler weakened to run last.
From race 7 at Rosehill Gardens, number 3 Century Boy 370 and 160, 7 Ken Quest 180, and 5 Max Victory 250. That race called for you by Johnny Tapp. And just a reminder that when we're down at Adelaide tomorrow for the second of these Mercantile Mutual Cup games, we'll be bringing you the racing show at lunch in the cricket, and that'll be John Tapp, Simon O'Donnell and Shane Dye. They'll be producing the racing show for you, and that will include a special preview of the Melbourne Cup. That's at lunch tomorrow when we're doing the Mercantile Mutual Cup game in Adelaide.